Thank you, Canon. Thank you, WPPI, for inviting us back.
It's my first time on a Canon main stage. I feel a little loud. Yeah, I know. I'm so nervous.
You get the better half of me today, right?
No, normally they do shooting up here, right? So this year they're doing education and business and marketing. I was like, oh, we get to do this. But it's nerve-wracking, right? So anyways, thank you for being here, because you could be anywhere on this floor right now, and I'm really happy that you're here.
So we're going to play a little video, which I have a ball putting these together. At the end of every year, you know, you're so busy, you're working, you don't really get to celebrate the moment of your accomplishments. So it's fun at the end of the year to look back everything you've done, and I put it together just in this quick time lapse. And I have to say, I'm not trying to boast about us, but I'm really proud. Yeah. I'm proud of what we've created as a brand, and I'm proud at how we serve our clients. And I posted this on Facebook, and you could hit stop at any point in these over 1,000 images, and I'm proud of every one of them. So it's a teamwork. I'm the front end, that's the back end. Look at that, somebody hit stop. Awesome, very cool. But you gotta photograph those details, and this is where we're gonna lead into what we're doing, is serving your clients and serving your vendors and business partnerships. So don't just do those cool photographs of the bride and groom that everybody loves to take, cinematic, cool lighting, cool composition, but think about how you can market through all your detail shots and bring that same passion to the entire day.
Yeah, it's really good. I think you should also talk about, this would be a great time to talk about the lighting that you do for all your detail shots, not just for our couples, but how important that is, because that will tie in later when we start talking about marketing.
Well, you know, the equipment today, there really isn't a bad camera on the market. Technology, it's amazing. I'm partial to Canon. My first camera was an AT1, so I grew up manually focusing, so muscle memory, so I still will enact that. It just agrees with me. I love the color and the images that come out of the camera. But the technology today allows us to capture a picture at a gazillion ISO. But it doesn't mean that the light is good. So we want to address that with the venues that we're photographing in are these big, dark ballrooms, indoor wedding, no window light. So we got to create the light. And we bring that same quality from a portrait to the room shot to the detail shots. So it's very consistent throughout the day. Lighting is key. It can help you identify your brand. It will surely separate you from everybody else, because everybody's, I'm an available light photographer.
Yeah, it'll separate you from available light photography.
Not you never want to be a victim of poor available light, right?
Right, right. Yes. So we're here today to share with you, first of all, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our dear Lord, and I cannot ever not speak and say that. So
we're just grateful.
Yeah, we're so grateful, absolutely grateful for every opportunity. We get to love what we do, and it's all upstairs. Anyways, we're here to share our marketing tips with you on how to market your business on a limited budget.
And she's frugal.
Okay, I don't even like spending money on clothes. I don't like shopping. I don't like spending money. I'm very frugal.
I have to justify, why do you need the 1DX Mark III? Your camera you had last year was great.
Wait, it drives me crazy every time Canon comes out with new equipment. Stop. No, it's good. It's good. But so for me, when I started this business, you know, we started like everybody else. Down here, no income, no money. How do you do that when you're not making any money? How do you not spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on advertising and marketing pieces and printed materials and the whole 9 yards, right? Well, but I figured out a way to do it so that I didn't have to spend the money on it. And it's brilliant. And maybe a lot of you are already doing this. And it's not just wedding photographers. This is for any photography.
It will.
If you're looking to market your business and you don't want to spend money, these are really good at tips and ideas. So social
and they really
media,
have worked.
Social media is a wonderful platform, and we used to do a lot of Instagramming, but that got even overwhelming for me. So I stopped in April of last year. I think it was my last business Instagram post. I quit blogging in 2015. I don't post much. And because for us, it's never been about the fame of social media. We work. We work hard, and that's where our income comes from. It's not from this or education programs. So the only reason why I was able to do that is because of the marketing that I've done for our business and that we've done. So moving forward, social media
button.
is wonderful. Oh, he said, don't hit that button. Hit this button.
Shouldn't have told you not to hit that
button. So the first step I want to say to everybody is everybody new? Anybody new here to First WPPI? New in the photography business?
Awesome.
All I want to say is enjoy the show. Go around. There's not one person on this floor or in the speaking that is going to give you every answer you need. So listen to everybody. Take bits and pieces and make it your own, because nobody's got the magic. You know, I'm not in your market. You're not in mine. You know, take bits and pieces and enjoy being here. And come here with focus. Bob and I, every year we come here. We sit down before the show and we write down who we want to see, who we want to talk to.
Be green and growing. Yeah, I could always learn something new.
What relationships we want to
strengthen, renew.
Yeah. So be patient with yourself. Be kind. That's the first step, really, truly. That is, don't compare yourself. You are you, and that's really your brand, right? So do what works for you. So go ahead. You can talk about relationships.
Relationships. So we don't build our business off of, hey, I'm Bob Davis. I did Oprah Winfrey's largest event. I took her most published photograph ever, right? Who cares? Really. When you're serving a client, you want to go into that client and say, I want to hear you. I want to see you. If I'm doing a wedding, I need to know everything I can about the couple, build that relationship so that the photographs I create for them, they love and they're emotionally invested in. And then we also have that team of people that help create these dream weddings. So your vendors, the venue, the florist, the videographer, on and on, makeup artists. So we built relationships with them, and then Dawn had the great idea to be very proactive.
Right. And so for us, it's not just about relationships with vendors, it's relationships with your sister, your mother, your dog, your family. It's not, once you can learn how to develop relationships, it's easier for you to do that in business.
Well, it goes back to being, if anybody's, what's the book? Being a Love Cat?
Yeah, by Tim Sanders.
You want to be a love product that people love being around you, they like you, they just got to have you, versus, I just need a portrait. Can you do a headshot of me? I just need a headshot. I'm not looking for someone who comes in and said, I need a headshot, you got $50, that's what I could pay. Well, I want to develop a relationship with you because maybe we could do more.
Right, and it's free, you guys. Relationships are free. And so one of the ways that really started promoting our business is by giving our pictures to vendors. So as soon as that wedding is over, and it takes us about 6 weeks to process the wedding and get it off to our client, immediately I put a gallery together on our online hosting company, and I send out an email to every vendor. And the only way I know who the vendors are is because I ask the bride and groom. I give them a questionnaire, and they fill it all out. So I know who everybody is, and I make sure everybody gets some of those pictures. And what does that cost me?
Just our time.
Just our time, right? And what does it do for us?
It's outstanding. We just got a phone call from a couple before we left here, and they said, we want to meet with you. The event planner first recommended us. Then they went to the makeup artist, Elise Brill, and Elise is showing them photographs. There's our logo in it. And then the bride is telling me, Elise Brill says, you got to work with Bob and Dawn. They're so nice.
They're at the venue. They're at the makeup artist. They're at the hair place. And everybody's going, oh, my God, we love Bob and Dawn. Why are they saying that? Because we bless them.
Well, we provided something from them. We never went to any person, venue, anybody, whatever the case may be, where we want that relationship and say, I'm so good.
Never.
You should use me. Instead, I've gone in, I found out one venue, the catering director, she was about to take maternity leave. I said, let me do a pregnancy session for you, right? Just because. And it built that relationship. Now, whenever she thinks not only of brides, but family portraits, she brings up our name because we came from that place, how could my talents help you? Or another design company, they need to do headshots for their website.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I think our mission and our goal and our business, and like I said, this isn't just for wedding photographers, this is for every business, is how can you serve somebody, not with no expectations, not one time thinking, well, I did that for you, so what are you going to do for me, you know?
We haven't.
No, never, never. This is a really good email that I had gotten from an invitation lady in Chicago. We did a wedding, and I sent her an email with this link, and this is the email I got back from her. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You guys can read it, but what I'd like to highlight in there is, back to the images, holy smokes, they're 54. Well, this was a big wedding, and it had a ton of printed materials. Normally, there isn't 54 images, but we had a ton, from napkins to bar signs and everything. But there are 54 images. I can't believe it. I'm so lucky. I get at least 6 at the most from a photographer. That's another reason why I'm going to recommend you to my cousin. We did our cousin's wedding. I mean, it cost me nothing, right? Nothing to bless these people. I'm telling you, the more you give, the more you get back. This is another one. This is from an event planner, and I highlighted what I wanted you to read the most. You know, I don't know if anybody here works with event planners, but they are hard to open that door and crack that door.
Whether it's an event planner, but it could be an art director, it could be an art buyer. If you do headshots and you're going to go into a real estate office to serve them, who is the office manager, right? Whoever that gatekeeper is.
Right. First of all, thank you for sending me without a link, without asking. Right? I can't wait to recommend you to everyone I have a chance to. We hadn't worked with her yet. We work with her all the time. I don't know, you guys. Maybe it's hard for you to develop relationships. Maybe you're not outgoing. Maybe you're not that one. I'm a love bomb. I want to hug everybody, and maybe that's easy for me. But maybe it's not as easy for him. I always say, if you don't have somebody in that, bring somebody with you. Bring somebody with you that loves you, right? Like, for instance, when I was going out of town, and a bride called us and said, I want to meet with you. And I was like, no, we can't meet. No, I want to meet with you before you leave. And I was like, I can't. I got to go. I got this other meeting. And I said, I could send Bob, but I said, he doesn't do that girly thing, you know? Like, I'm afraid to send him.
I'm the photographer. Don's the love bomb.
I said, but he's picking my mom up at the airport because she's going to watch our kids. But my mom's going to be there, too. It's kind of weird. She's like, no, it's okay. I just want to meet with you guys and get a contract signed. I was like, okay, all right. And so she says to us, and this is when we changed our pricing to Bob for the longest time. So we're $10,000 to walk in the door. I don't ever, ever, ever lower my prices. He says, oh, we're losing all kinds of smaller weddings. We need to do. Events. I said, well, I'm not dropping our prices. I'll put a $7,500 one for one photographer, 8 hours, small book, small destination weddings. Okay, so we just did that. She called us like a week after we did that. I want to meet with you. And I said, oh my God. She's like, I can't believe you just dropped your prices. And I went, oh, I didn't drop my prices. Anyways, because I had put it on my website that we were at $7,500. She's like, that's perfect for me. And I was like, okay, this probably isn't going to be a good fit, but whatever. I send him off on the meeting. He goes and meets with her. I go and do my thing. I come back and I go, hey, babes, how'd it go? And he's like, yeah, it went good. I went, okay. She called me like 3 hours later, and she's like, oh, my God, I can't wait. I want to sign a contract with you. I want this, I want this, I want this. She's like, I said, well, how did it go? She goes, I go, how was Bob? She goes, oh, he was great. She goes, but I loved your mom. Why did she love my mom?
Yeah, mom's just saying, you should use them. I love them. They're the best.
My mom is going, oh, you need to use them. They should be charging you like 5 times more than they're charging because they're so good. You're going to be so, do you know who they photographed? They've done this, and they've done this, and they've done.
And then the bride got excited because mom was excited. Yeah. She's like, I can't wait to be done. I want to sign a contract right now.
When she said, your mom was amazing, I thought, could I hire her? No, I'm telling you, if you can't do it, bring your mother, your cousin, your niece, your nephew. Somebody loves you more than you think. Somebody thinks you're better than you think you are, and you should be charging more. Anybody in your life thinks you should be charging more money than you are?
I will admit it. I'm business challenged. I just love the craft and the photography and I'm the mayor of Funville. I'm the show pony. Trot me out. I take the photos. I have fun on the day of, and then we can have a nice life, put our kids through college because of Dawn.
Well, he loves what he does so much, he would shoot for free. Oh, you're beautiful. You can afford $200? Okay. No.
But don't do that.
No.
We want you to make a living.
No, you definitely don't want to do that. This, you guys, is the vendor sharing agreement that I send to anybody that is going to download our photographs. They get this. When I send the email to them about, hey, here is the link for you, We work together. You probably don't even know who we are, but we work together. I wanted you to have these images because your work is beautiful. Here's the link. If you download the images, this is what you're agreeing to. Obviously, it's, you're not going to crop out our logo. You're not
It has to
going
be a legible logo.
Yeah, if they're going
we have had people run a decor photo in a full page in a wedding magazine. Like,
yeah,
where's our byline?
And
it's
in the
like,
crack.
I had really strong magnifiers and it's in the gutter and it's not legible.
Yeah, so
then Dawn changed it.
Yeah, I changed it to say, if you're going to use it for advertising, that's cool. I'm totally fine with that. But I want to approve where my name is.
Legible.
It has to be brighter. It has to be a little bigger. Because, it's a win-win for everybody. Anyway, so you don't share my images with my client because my client has to pay for them. I don't give my client images until after all their product is delivered. So that could be 6 months. It could be 8 months down the road. And so by that time, they've already bought everything that they wanted. So they are not allowed to share the images. Also, if they're going to share them on Facebook or anything, these are our social media handles. And if you're going to use our for advertising and don't get it approved, you're agreeing to pay us a fee depending on what you've used it for. So everybody's always like super cool with it. We've had a couple people that have broke the agreement and we just stopped sharing with them.
Exactly.
I don't get in a hissy over it, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, we don't want the negative energy. And if they're not going to comply, we just stop sharing photos.
It's fun. Yeah. This is what we provide. It's a 2,000 wide image with our logo in the right-hand corner. So when they download the images, this is what they're getting. And then this is also what they're getting in the email, is a link. It says, it's wonderful working with you. I pick every photo I can think of. I don't care if there's 5 multiple photos. I put them all in there and give it to every vendor at the same time. They can download individuals. They can download the whole thing. I don't care. But it's very easy.
Wouldn't you agree? You have to think about the audience, meaning the vendor that you're sharing them with. They want only 1 or 2 photos of the bride and groom. Right. Because what they're trying to do is sell their latest creative service. If it's linens, if it's florals, if it's the room shot. So you want to have more of those details.
This could be for a baby boutique. Maybe you're working with a baby. So you're photographing a family, and you say to that family, oh my God, the dress on that little girl's so cute. Where'd you get it? Oh, I got it at the boutique. Ding, ding, ding. I'm going, ding, ding, ding. I'm going to make sure they get pictures. Right? It really, I'm telling you, when they all get together and they're all saying, we love Bob and Dawn, it's because we've blessed them. And blessing them with no expectations. This is really interesting, you guys. So this is from Tiffany. She is a photographer in Nashville, and the name of their company is Ace Photographers. They are amazing. Well, a couple years ago, they bought a venue. And so now what do they need?
They're on the other side of the coin now.
Yeah.
They need photos from photographers that have photographed at their venue.
Right. I love this. So she says running a wedding venue is, our social media has taught me a new lesson. It's close to impossible to get photos. Why? Why is that? Is it because you're too busy? Is it because you've moved on to the next event? Is it because you want to charge and nobody wants to pay? I'm not sure why people don't share their images. It's the easiest and least expensive way to market your business and to develop relationships. And that's what this industry is all about. If we didn't have people that loved us, I would have to count on my social media, and I hate social media. You know what I mean? It's just brilliant. So she says it's near to impossible to get photographers for photos from photographers for blogging, website venues. I know it can feel like an inconvenience because everyone has their own clients to take care of. I myself have been totally guilty of this. Thank you to all the amazing photographers who sent me images. Rant over. Right there is telling you exactly what I'm saying. She is looking for pictures from photographers and nobody's giving her any. Who do you think she's going to recommend? When a bride and groom comes to her venue and they're like, oh, do you know any photographers? Do you think she's going to recommend the photographers that won't give her images? Hell no. Right?
And it's also what makes it easy for them. They may recommend photographers, and someone's always going to say, do you have some examples of their work? No. So again, if you bless them with the photographs, share them, then they're showing your work. Well, here's this room, and we have this wonderful little meadow where you could get married outside, and they're showing your work. And you keep it fresh.
This is an email that we get pretty typical.
Yeah, I'll carry your bags. Can I come shoot a wedding with you? I want to learn from you.
I would say probably once a week or maybe every other week, somebody sends us an email like this. Just give it a second to read it.
Not at all asking, how could I help? I have this strength. I can complement your brand. Not at all.
We're supposed to fill your weekends?
Yeah.
That's never going to be a way. You're never going to get a response from anybody. When we've sent out, and we still, you guys, we've done some amazing work. We've worked for Oprah. We've done Eva Longoria's wedding. We've done Selma Hayek's wedding. We've done Eddie Murphy's wedding. We're still knocking on doors every day.
Every day. Before we left, I mailed out a handwritten note.
8 of them.
We get these little tiny Graphy Studio Mignon books. I slip one in the envelope of a latest wedding. So I'm saying, I was looking at your website. You did this beautiful destination in Hawaii. It was wonderful. I know you have team members that you trust, but I guarantee we will serve you. So give us an opportunity to share and collaborate.
Can we buy you a coffee? Is there anything you need? Do you need headshots? Do you need something? We want you to know that we come from a good place. This is something that I say to event planners all the time. If I can get them to even call me back, if I can get them on the phone, I say to them, I just want to let you know, first and foremost, it's not about Bob and Dawn. We don't care what we've done. We're not here to impress you, because we understand when we take on second shooters, we don't take on anybody. We vet them. We train them so that we know that we're represented well by our second shooters. I understand that's the same for you. And I want you to know that if you take a chance on us, that I promise you that we will make you proud. It's no longer about us. We're here to represent your brand. We want those clients to be so happy that you introduced us to them. And you know how many event planners have, nobody has ever said that to me before, right? I just want them to know that they can trust us. Again, it's about building a rapport, a relationship. It's invaluable to your business. Even here on this floor with everybody that you're working with, like if you're working with Shootproof and you just walked by and looked at the new stuff and you didn't introduce yourself and develop a relationship with them, you're just another face. So get out there. You know, bring somebody with you if that's hard for you, that can help you with that, because it's free. I love that. I love that.
There's another good book about customer evangelism, and that's where we're kind of learning all these things from, about sharing, working as a team, and getting other people to evangelize for you.
Right.
Just haven't found a good return on investment for popping an ad in magazines.
No. And I hate to say that, but it's true. So another thing that we like to do is keep our samples current, whatever that is. So if it's a matted prints, or because the most important thing about keeping your samples current is your like hangs around with like, right? So for us in the wedding industry, we have a bride that gets married, and then she shares this with her friends, and they know each other. So every time I go with a current book to meet with a new person, they're like, oh my God, I know this person. Oh my God, I know this. Oh, that's that family, or that, you know, and if it was 5 years old, you know, if it was a 3 or 4 year old book, they may not hang around with that same circle. It's super important. Another thing we like to do is bless our vendors with books. Now, that can be a little bit more costly. It's about a $200 investment.
But that falls into your marketing budget. Mm-hmm. We found a greater return on investment by getting a book for the venue, a book for the design company, and especially the event planner. And they want to show their latest work. And also our partnership with Graphy Studio, which also rolls Canon in, because they're printing with the Dream Lambo printer. And we've never had better quality printing since they've done this partnership. So it's this Canon HD printing. And I truly believe it's Canon in, Canon out, because it understands the file and the profiles. The shadow information at a wedding could be tough to retain, because you might have a bright highlight, dark, deep shadows. But the printing between Graphy and Canon's Dream Lambo printer has just been outstanding.
So this is such a great story.
Yeah,
right?
this is still marketing for us.
We're so grateful for our relationship with Graphy Studios, because they're a book company on this floor that would service everybody the same. So if you have a new idea and you want to do something creative, they're always up for the challenge.
Well, they want to partner with you.
Yeah.
They do.
And so this is a really fun reason to create relationships. Like if I didn't have a relationship with a vendor, I wouldn't be able to go to them and say, hey, I have a client that wants to do this, because they would be like, right? But I have a relationship with them, so they really want to help us out as we help them out by doing this. So this is a good story. I'll let you tell it.
So this is Jim and Celeste. It's their second marriage. They're a blended family, and they wanted to do a pre-wedding shoot, but not an engagement shoot. They're older, they're our age, and we sat down and I wanted to get to know them, and I said, well, Celeste and Jim, I really want to do a wedding, a pre-wedding shoot so that we're comfortable on the day of the wedding, because she was a little nervous. Jim was really fun, but she was a little nervous about being photographed. So I suggested it. She goes, I don't want, the typical mushy, cushy
They really
thing.
didn't want to shoot at all. They really didn't.
And so I was getting to know them, and I said, well, what do you guys love? And they're like, oh, I love music. And Jim is like, I love the Beatles. And Celeste is like, oh, I love disco, but don't tell anybody. Right? So I'm hearing this, and I'm thinking, well, okay, why don't we do you guys through the ages? We could do 80s, we could do 90s, we could do current music, and then I'll do a photo session of the entire thing. And we'll get hair, makeup, music. And they're like, yeah, why not? And so we did. We worked with the event planner. They got costumes, hair, makeup. They loved this idea so much that they created a little booklet that went on every place setting, had the menu in it, because they loved the photos. Then they even said, we love this idea so much, we're bringing on entertainers. So the entertainers came in at the same costumes and the same music. It was really a good idea.
It was a really
I love
good
that
idea.
creative collaboration.
What I love most about this is they were like, okay, we love these images so much, but what do we do? I'm supposed to call my friends and family and tell them to go look at us on a gallery? She's like, that's kind of dumb, but I want everybody to see this, so what can we do? And I was like, well, we could create a book. And she's like, yeah, but I don't know if I want to give a book. I said, well, how about if we put some John Lennon quotes and Marilyn Monroe quotes in there? And she was like, yeah, I like that idea. And so we did a book for them only, and then they were like, we want everybody to see this. So they did little 6x6 books, which Graphy doesn't do, but we contacted them and they said that they would do it for us. And that's them in today's day. And because we collaborated together, that was the big book, right?
They did a hardcover book?
Yeah, the hardcover book. And then this is the result of this job, is that every plate has our 6x6 book on it.
So do you know how many potential clients there are now? Everybody took that book home because nobody just wanted to throw it away.
What did that result in for us, you guys? $8,000.
On top of the wedding.
They didn't want to do anything. They didn't want to do anything. We could have said, okay, no worries. But Bob is so persistent. And we do think it's important that if you're going to photograph somebody, you should probably do it before a big event.
And it wasn't a hard sell. They made the decision.
Yeah.
We just made them offers and what do you want to do? And again, going back to getting to know them and how we could serve them, this all opened up. I didn't go in and say, well, we're going to do this shoot, and I'm going to direct it, and you're going to do that, and Dawn's going to make a book, and you're going to love it, and there should be one on every place setting. We just kind of led them that way, and they made the decision. Because I don't like sales. I remember, I'm business challenged.
Yeah. So having a relationship with your vendors, if we didn't know Graphy Studio, we wouldn't have been able to go to them and say, hey, can you do this? And in this short period of time, get us 232 books, It
was quick turnaround time.
And they do so much for us. We get clients like when we did something for Tyler Perry, he was like, his invitation was probably a $500 invitation, right? All materials from France and all that. Well, they wanted to put that material on their book too. So, we had to get it all shipped and sent over. And so yeah, having a relationship with somebody and being able to partner with somebody because they know you and want to work with you is key to success.
Creative collaboration.
Yep. So if we didn't have a relationship with everybody up here, we wouldn't obviously be here. You guys, I don't want to tell you that we work with Oprah and all these people just to impress you. I'm telling you, we started in the same spot everybody else did. When we came to our first WPPI, like I said, we sat down at a table, at our kitchen table, and we do this every year. And we talk about who do we want to see, what relationship do we want to strengthen, who do we want to meet, and we take every bit of this show and we make it last a year. So we don't come to go to the parties. I mean, we do go, but...
You're out late last night.
Well, with a friend, yeah. But you know what
Somebody
I'm
was
saying.
singing Queen in the bar over there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess my point is that you're here. Soak it all in. Don't come here for the party, but come here to learn because there's so much to learn.
Share the next freebie that everybody could do.
Yeah, this is another brilliant.
Even here with Canon, raise. That's another freebie. It's another porthole in a community and business referral to start trying to get you out there, and you could refer back to it. Party Slate is another one.
Does anybody know Party Slate?
And it's not just weddings. So
You
it's
do. At least
any
somebody.
type
And
of
what
an
do you
event.
think? Yes, she just said, I love it. It's like weddings of Pinterest. So Party Slate is the company that started about 3 years ago, maybe 4.
Yes.
And they are an event
resource, really.
Yeah, for anybody that's searching for events. So if they're looking for venues, wedding bands, they're looking for corporate headshots, they're looking for
Corporate
any type
parties,
of photography
anything it takes to put on, even a trade show. They do mini trade shows.
Yeah, so it's free. So you go to Party Slate, you sign up for a free account, and you just upload wedding
Whatever,
pictures.
events.
Yeah, events.
You tag them.
And you tag, what's cool about it is that I'm getting all excited. You can tag every vendor. So if there's a boutique or somebody you want, it shows up on their wall. So
on their page. So, and they're beautifully elegant interface. So it's not cheesy at all. It's a great representation. In fact, some of our vendors are now solely using Party Slate because it's better than their website. And they don't have to redesign their website. So they're diverting clients to Party Slate.
Yeah, and I love it because a lot of the old event planners in Chicago don't have websites.
You got a guy, he's the Frank Sinatra of wedding planning.
He's the best.
You're going to love it, baby. You know, he's like 70 years old, but he's so old school. He still has AOL. He's like, don't text me. I don't know how to do text. I got one of these phones I just called. I'm happy. Look, I'm happy right here.
When brides go to Party Slate, who do they see? They see all my images. I love it because not everybody's doing it. So because it takes time. You have to upload the photos. You have to tag everybody. But I'm telling you, it's brilliant. And it's free. It's amazing. We get brides all over. And again, like the hair and makeup person has a Party Slate profile. And when somebody goes to their profile, they're seeing all my pictures. Because my pictures show up on their wall. They don't have to post them because I'm posting them.
Instead of spending your time on the computer constantly editing or surfing on Facebook, allow a certain amount of time to do this, to start your Party Slate, to start your networking. And you can't do it overnight. You know, that's why Dawn started by saying being kind to yourself. And it just grows and grows and grows. And all you're investing is your time and talent.
Right. You guys, this took us years. It took us years to get here. This isn't something that happens overnight. I think that the hardest thing that we all do is we get on everybody's pages and we say, why isn't that ours? Or why aren't we doing this? Or somebody's charging more money and I feel like I'm even better than them. We have to stop being hard on ourselves. We have to just start being patient and kind and moving forward. If, we have to course correct, we course correct. But at least we're moving forward and not getting debilitated by it. Because even I can get debilitated. I can look at Vanessa Joy and be like, oh my God, she does this cool rock thing with her. We don't do that, and their pictures are amazing. And I got to stop doing that, right? I got to stop. It's not fair to me. It's not fair. It's not to ourselves. So being kind and patient with yourself is definitely the first step. This is Party Slate's header. I'm just going to quickly run through this. These are the albums. And so when I post this album and I tag, these same albums are showing up on all the vendors' things. They're always saying to me, oh, hey, thanks for filling my website with photos.
Because it auto-populates as long as you tag them with the keyword, all those vendors.
Anything.
You don't even have to go there as long as you tag them.
And I'm like, oh, happy to help, It's just another way of building a rapport with them. The more you can develop a relationship with them, the more they're going to want to work with you. Because I'm telling you, it's hard. Everybody's knocking on everybody's door. Hey, I want to work with you. Hey, nobody has, when you get your core set of people, do you want to take every second shooter that comes to you or a photographer that wants to carry your bag? Do you let everyone in? Who do you let in? Because you trust her, right? That's what this is about. And that's the message I'm trying to share with you, that it's about trust with no expectation. Do it and don't ask them for a thing.
Hey, Tara, could I come and shoot a 49ers game?
This is what the actual gallery, they're beautiful galleries too, you guys. You could actually use this as your website as well. I guarantee you that you will not be sad that you did that. They're beautiful.
No, they're beautiful.
And you
clean.
can tag. So if a bride gets on and she said, or a mother or whoever that's looking for, they can search by tags. So if they're searching for winter weddings, whatever tags I put in, my albums pop up. I mean, it's just such a no-brainer. Now that we've shared what I feel is super easy, super cost-effective, does anybody remember what the first step was? Very good. Yeah, be patient, be kind. Don't overthink it, don't judge yourself. You know, one of the things I also want to share is, like, how do you get to here, price-wise? How do you get here? How do you buy equipment when you don't have money, the whole 9 yards? That's why I'm saying it's cyclical. It takes time. You can't compare yourself. You have to go slow. Just a quick tip of how do you raise your prices? The way we raised our prices is going from here, and then every third bride I booked, I raised them like $300. And if somebody came back and said, well, they only paid this, I'd be like, well, we raised our prices. And then another 3 brides later, and once we got to a certain level, I would raise them $500. Every third bride, I would raise them $500. Once we got to a certain level, I would raise them $750, $1,000, until over the years, we got to where we wanted to be. It was a process. If I would have raised my prices at one time, and if I would have gone from 5,000 to 10,000, do you think we would have lost our entire referral?
Your client base, because like hangs around with like.
Right. So yeah, just quick little tips. Does anybody have any questions?
We got 5 minutes left, or just under that. Quick Q&A. Anything you want to know?
This is easy stuff,
Good.
right?
Yep.
Did anybody find it useful? Yeah.
Are we still doing workshops? We do occasionally when we find time. Education is something we love to just share. We're not really proactive, and we're trying to balance, family, business, and education.
For us,
we still do them, but we don't have a schedule yet.
Yeah, our clients are our income, not education.
And we have a few regular.
And what we do is, we like to give back because we feel so blessed to.
We do. I do these goofy lighting lab, Facebook Live things from my basement or from ProCam when I get inspired, or I'm playing with the 1DX Mark III and testing things, and because that's what I got to do. I got to practice. I'm not going to take a brand new camera out on a job and then I'm frustrated because I didn't tick some button and it's not doing what I want to do. Then I'm taking away from serving my client, and I'm thinking about the gear, not about capturing the moments. So I was inspired by Michael Jordan. I photographed his entire career, and he was constantly practicing. I mean, like Kobe Bryant, and everybody's talking about, he would get to the arena at 7 in the morning when they had their practice call till 10. And then the rest of the team shows up, and he's already got 3 hours in. I'm that way. There's people far more talented than me, but I'll outwork them. I'll outshoot them. And I'm going to be persistent. I'm going to keep my energy up. Yes? What do we use for email campaigns? We really don't do any direct email campaigns. No. No, not that that's bad. We found that actually direct contact, writing a letter, people get so much email that I want to get separated from that.
I handwrite letters probably 5 times a week. But you guys,
or pick up the phone.
Too.
I want that relationship.
It's easy for us to stand here and preach, like, oh, I do this, I do. There's 2 of us. You guys, there's a lot of you that do it all. And that's tough. I don't know how you all do everything, like contracting, editing, designing, and shooting. Yeah. Say it again. Come on up here.
So he's saying, do you find that you don't have to reach out because everything becomes a referral, networking to reach new clients? No.
Mm-hmm. Can you come here? I can't hear you at all. Sorry.
Then please repeat the question.
Yes.
And I think where he's going with this is, do you still have to work as hard to promote,
Yeah.
to get it out there? Because you've built this kind of network and people are referring you? No. I still find that if I do that, then all of a sudden the phone starts trickling down.
Yeah. Say it again.
Yeah, that's the question. Or after a period of time, you know how you built your,
Mm-hmm.
when you change your price scale,
Mm-hmm.
but like so my price scale been the same for a long time, and everybody was used to that.
Yeah.
But so much time has gone by. It's like, look, guys, things got to change.
Yeah. People will get that if you do it appropriately. So if you start pricing yourself appropriately, not out of your existing referral base, you'll be fine. You just say,
Incremental.
yeah, I raised my prices.
What's worked for us, right? Like Dawn started out saying, take little nuggets, experiment, see what works for you, and course correct. Make a
Right.
decision and try something. Don't get paralyzed. But you can always course correct.
Yeah.
Don't write out a mistake, and because we've done that. You build a bad website, it's not working, and you're thinking, well, I invested, our first website was like $5,000-$6,000, and she wanted to change it right away. I'm like, are you kidding? You know how much money we spent? But she was right. Course correct. Change it. Fix it.
Right.
That was a learning lesson.
Yeah. You're welcome. I know we only have like 20 seconds left. What I want to say is there's a lot of times we meet people at marketing things like event planners, and they'll be like, who are you? And we'll be like, oh, we're Bob and Don. They're like, I don't see you in like Chicago Social or any of the magazines. Like, oh, we don't advertise. Oh, So it's. But get to know us anyway. Yeah. Anyways,
Give me an opportunity.
Thank you so much for being here and being
Thank you,
patient with my
Canon.
stuttering.
Thank you, everybody, for having us.
Yeah.